Alright folks, this is Steve here from Forex Trading Coaches, and we want to talk to you a little bit today about the truth about trading with indicators. You know, a lot of people will tell you, a lot of traders, experts, professionals, whatever, will tell you that the reason you're losing is because you're dealing with indicators that are lagging, and that you're trying to make trade choices and trade entries based on these lagging indicators. You see, they're trying to give you a reason to help you understand why you're probably losing, and they're blaming it on indicators. So there are a couple reasons why they usually tell you they don't work. Number one, they're lagging. They're not actual price action. They're based on price action, which is our number 2 point. They're derivatives of price, and they're lagging. So by the time an indicator tells you to do something, it's already too late. Price action has already made it happen, and you've gotten in right at the exact spot you're not supposed to get in, and then you're going to lose in the trade. Does that sound familiar? Well, I can tell you right now that we're here to debunk the myth that they don't work and that they're the reason for your losses. In fact, the indicators we use work incredibly well when you use them correctly. And the number one most important thing to do with indicators is actually to blend them with the number one indicator, which is price action. Indicators combined with price action can help you really find some great and you can use them to help show you exactly where X marks the spot. And guess what? When they match the news sentiment, they help you find entries with literally pinpoint accuracy. Now, if you take an indicator all by itself, like say the Bollinger Band, you just decide, okay, I've hit the Bollinger Band, I'm going to get into the trade. That's not going to work. You need to combine them with price action and the sentiment of the trend to help you pinpoint incredibly consistent and accurate entry points to help you find these great trades. In fact, as we talked about the news sentiment, we use our indicators in our MAPQ3 trading system to trade right through news events. And so you can actually use them to help you get into these trades even right during the news when done correctly. Okay, so let's share a couple of examples in the charts to show you exactly how to use indicators to help you find, as I said before, these really pinpoint great entries. You see, because we use indicators not as lagging, but as a prediction method. So you're going to have moving averages cross down. You have this yellow moving average and green moving average. They're crossed, the green's below the yellow. Now, just because they're crossed down does not mean we're just going to jump right into the trade. You know what we do? We wait for a pullback to the moving averages with the trend. And then those moving averages aren't lagging anymore. They become a predicting measure. So when, for example, you know that you're in a downtrend based on the direction of price, showing lower highs here, right? There's a lower high and another lower high, and also lower lows. And then you rally up to some higher time frame EMAs right near a resistance level, which is what this red level represents, after hitting the Bollinger. So you got the Bollinger and the moving averages and price action, which is the resistance. When you combine them together, then you find some really great entries using indicators. So then the moving average isn't something you jump into just when it crosses. It becomes a floating support or resistance as the trend continues to progress. Look again over here. It rallies up, comes very close to it, hits the Bollinger right near the moving average, sells again. Rallies up, close to the moving average, sells again. Rallies up, hits the higher time frame moving average, sells again. So you can use them to help you find trade entries with the trend as floating support or resistance. Okay, now we'll jump up here to the weekly chart because that was on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart. And take a look at this. We hit down right at the support area, right? Okay, so how do the indicators help us down at the support area? Well, if you're hitting support and you're starting to reject support, then the indicators show continuing weakness here in the MACD, and then our proprietary indicator starts to show a reversal pattern. And when that started to happen, we broke this down to the 4 hour chart and once again used indicators to show us when this little buy trend was beginning to initiate right here. And we were able to give out a trade entry to our members right in this region. We warned them well ahead of time to watch for this to happen and to be able to take advantage of this, and they got a 50 pip buy trade with a 30 pip stop loss up toward resistance, 50, even 60 pips, up toward this resistance, where once again what happened? We hit the Bollinger, we hit the higher time frame moving average, right up where the sellers are. So again, combining price action with the floating support and resistance moving averages in the Bollinger to find the resistance, and it sold right back again. And we actually planned ahead for them to also be able to take advantage of that sell. So when you use indicators correctly and you use them in the way that we show our members how to use them, you can do very, very well. So don't let people tell you that the indicators are the reason you're losing. It's not the reason you're losing. There are likely a whole host of other reasons why that's happening. More to do with where your headspace is, more to do with what method are you using to find trade entries. Is it accurate? Is it like the MACD3 system where it's been 80% plus accurate since 2009? Okay? It has a lot more to do with that. So again, indicators are not the reason you're losing. If you use them correctly and you use them properly, they can start to be the reason why you start winning. And these examples show exactly how that works. So if you want to learn more about how we've used indicators to be 80% plus accurate since 2009 trading our MACD3 system, then simply click on the link in the description box below the video. It'll take you to our website and you can learn more about what we do. Alright folks, but again, just don't let anybody tell you that indicators are the reason that you're losing. Use them correctly and they, as I said before, can definitely become the reason you start winning.